Today's lesson is lesson 2.2, solving inequalities using addition and subtraction. If at any time, as you're working on your assignment and you're going, oh my goodness, what did she say? You can always go back to pages 62, 63, and 64 and look at the examples. In fact, I totally encourage you to do that if you get lost anytime during this video. Hopefully, you have your composition book ready and you can take a lot of good notes as I go through this. Today we're going to solve inequalities using addition, solve inequalities using subtraction, and then also use them for those word problems that I know you absolutely love. So we're going to start with addition and subtraction. First of all, there are these properties, the addition property of inequality and the subtraction property of inequality, and they're super simple. It's basically this. Say I said that 5 is greater than 3, which it is. If I added 2 to both sides, would my inequality stay true? Is 5 plus 2 greater than 3 plus 2? Well, yeah, 7 is greater than 5. Well, what if instead of adding 2, I just said subtracted 2? Does it stay true? 5 minus 2, 3 minus 2. 5 minus 2 is 3, and 3 minus 2 is 1, and is 3 still greater than 1? Yeah. So basically, as long as I do the same thing on both sides and it's just addition or subtraction, my inequality is going to stay true. I'm going to give you some examples of what I'm talking about. These are actually the odd numbers, 7 through 19, on page 65 of your book. Just so you know, because you're going to be doing the even numbers, so they're going to relate pretty closely to what I have here. X minus 4 is less than negative 5. You solve it exactly the same way you solve the one-step problems in chapter 1. I got to get rid of the 4. Going to add 4 to both sides. Again, I am showing my work. This cancels out. X minus 0 is x is less than negative 5, and positive 4 is a negative 1. And yes, I will have you graphing them. It is an online assignment, so it should be pretty simple. Here we go. Less than 1 means an open dot, and it's going to be all the values less than 1. Now, for the rest of today's lesson, I'm not going to go ahead and graph every single one I do. That was just a reminder from yesterday's lesson. By the way, I'm not going to do every single problem that is on page 65 in the odds, just in case you're worried. All right, here we go. Most common mistake is what? Yep, people would want to get rid of this 6. Who's bothering M? The negative 1. How do I get rid of the negative 1? I add 1. All right, to both sides. This hopefully is super easy to you, alrighty? And remember, in graphing this one, and I said I wouldn't do this every time, but I do want to remind you this. In graphing this one, M is what? Less than 7. 7 is greater, but M is less than or equal to. So it would be going this direction. Don't make the mistake and try to go the direction of the inequality sign when the variable is on the right-hand side. Again, this one should be pretty easy, but I do want to make sure that you understand we're getting rid of the 9, and what is the 9 is positive, so don't forget that we are subtracting 9 from both sides, because a positive and a negative will cancel each other out, and I of W is greater than negative 2. By the way, as I do these, if you can do them faster in your head, do that. I want you to anticipate what my next move is going to be. All right, now I'm going to do 3 harder ones and be done with this section. Okay, take a look at it. What would you do? Hopefully you would do a keep, change, change. Keep, change, and all of a sudden it's just h plus 2 is greater than or equal to 10. Subtract 2 from both sides. H is greater than or equal to 8. Simple? I hope so. Okay, what would you do with this one? Yep, combine your like terms, which are these right here, a 9 and a negative 3. So I should have J plus 6 is less than 8. Subtract 6, subtract 6. I hope right now you're going, Is this as hard as it gets? Because the answer is pretty much. Got one more, maybe looking a little bit harder, but not that much big of a deal. All right, I want you to look at it right now and work it out. I'll give you a few seconds. Do you have it? Okay, here we go. I'm going to combine like terms. My like terms this time are a positive 2p and a negative 3p. So I have 10 is greater than or equal to p minus 7. Huh, easy. Add 7 to both sides to get rid of that negative 7. And I have 17 is greater than or equal to p. And remember again, if 17 is here, p is less than or equal to 17, which means in this case it is going this direction. Please do not mess up on those. That is the most common mistake. All right, now to story problems. This comes directly from your book. A circuit overloads at 1800 watts of electricity. You plug a microwave in, blah, 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 blah. All right, sorry. You plug a microwave oven that uses 1100 watts of electricity into the circuit. Write and solve an inequality that represents how many watts you can add to the circuit without overloading the circuit. And I'm just going to deal with letter A right now. And so write an inequality. Here we go. And when they mean plug something in, I wasn't really sure what they meant until I looked at B and saw things like clock, radio, blender, hot plate, toaster. Oh, these are things that we can plug into the same outlet. All right. So 1100, so I can do some amount plus 1100. 1800 is our target. Can we go over 1800? No. Can we even get to 1800? Not wise, because at 1800 it may blow your circuit breaker. So it has to be less than 1800. That's letter A. Now let's go to B. In addition to the microwave oven, which of the following appliances can you plug into the circuit at the same time without overloading the circuit? Well, you know what? The best course of action is actually solve for X first. So here we go. X is less than 700. Well, now B is easy. Which of the appliances is less than 700? The clock, radio, and the blender. And that would be your answer. Not too hard, is it? Well, I hope not. Again, if you have any questions, you can email me. Though I'm not there and with you, I am attached to the computer in such a way that I can answer your emails. Good luck. Have fun.